Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week in Destiny, we are maining hand cannons because they are the stars of our Arms Week event. Have you earned a good Phononutriafera yet? Or are you focused on getting the new Trace Rifle? And have you seen the topics for today? We'll check them. Arms Week is live. The Coil is now in the portal. Solstice coming next week. Trials of Osiris tomorrow. Further the Edge of Fate support. Bungie your build in the Desert Perpetual raid. An update from the Bungie Foundation. Oh, God, dude. All right. I hope they talk about the damn... Surely they're going to talk about rep gains right now. Arms Week is on. We're 2 days into Arms Week. How are all you hand cannon enthusiasts feeling? We've introduced a new archetype with Phononutriafera. Some old favorites are dropping from activities, and you can equip crazy volatile mods with powerful effects into them. And no, we have not forgotten about the new Strand Rifle. We've seen a few fun rolls out there already for it. Arms Week is a 1 week event introduced with the Edge of Fate, and it will be around until the next weekly reset on Tuesday, August the 5th. So don't miss out on the opportunity to earn some nice rewards while you can. It has its own event home that you can find in the portal main screen, and that has a daily and weekly challenges, an event track with a variety of rewards, including holofoil weapons, and the event shop with a variety of rewards to earn with event tokens. 81 plays a big part in Arms Week, even if her recent focus has been dressing you. She wanted to help with new weapons. You can visit her in the shooting range and use the combat telemetry you're earning when completing activities to buy Arms Week event weapons and Ingrams. This special Ingram can be decrypted at Raoul for free, or you can spend a bit more combat telemetry to focus for higher tier rewards. Choose wisely. Is that it? Bungie. For one, we know what the Arms Week is, okay? 2, we've got problems. Rep gains are not going the way they should be going. I'm not getting any rep from playing hardware. As in the system quite literally wants me to spend money in order to rank the up. Number 2, this last line right here. You can spend a bit more combat telemetry to focus it for higher tier rewards. It's capped at tier 3. You can get tier 4, but you're limited to tier 4 drops. I would love an explanation on what the hell is going on with Arms Week, because if this is how events are going to be conducted, I got a problem with it. The Coil arrives at the portal. The portal has received a new activity this week, the Coil. This activity was launched during Season The Wish in the year of Lightfall, known for its mix of intense combat and interesting modifiers that players could buy from Riven. It was a perfect candidate for our new activity hub in the Edge of Fate. The Coil has 3 paths available in the portal, and the experience can be customized with the players. Go for B+ or higher grade to earn the best and the most gear possible, but be careful not to make it so hard you can't cross the finish line. With update 9.0.0.4, we added the option to jump into Master and Grandmaster activities at lower levels, but be careful. If you push a bit too far, at 100 levels to be exact, you might end up facing immune enemies. I played the Coil. It's good to have it back. I enjoyed it. Again, just like Onslaught, the problem with these activities that require so much time, the rewards just don't match. That's the biggest issue there. In my opinion, you should increase the completion rewards, or people are just going to keep running solo ops. It's nice to have the Coil back though. I think the XP gain is a glitch for consoles. I've already maxed the Arms Week track by grinding and spinning telemetry's gain and cashing in Ingrams. I believe a few others mentioned on console the Ingrams are granting XP on redemption at Ada, but not Raoul. PC members of my clan have said they are not getting the XP though. Get the fuck out of here. Who here has maxed out their Arms Week reward track? I did on Xbox. On the topic of Arms Week, I'm going to check here a little bit on PC, but people on console are actually saying that XP, they are getting XP. So maybe it's a PC thing. I'll check. We'll check. No, I may have misspoken. My experience has been Arms Week XP, not getting it from the event. Heavy Metal allowed you to get XP from the event. It made complete sense, and it was a really good event. A huge reason why I'm just not a fan of Arms Week is the limitations of the tier drops, most notably tier 4, and the issues with XP. The Solstice starts next week. This is also why this is a big deal, because I want to make sure that Solstice is going to be good. Arms Week was our first event for the Edge of Fate, but Solstice is right around the corner. It's going to last 2 weeks, and there are a few things changing compared with how we celebrated it in the past. So you're going to have essentially shiny versions of these weapons. Dragon's Breath there, something. Okay. The goal of the event is to use Solstice Forge to create a full set of armor and then to make it glow. Given that we have a new system of stats and armor in place with the Edge of Fate, it's probably a good moment to earn a few sets. But let's talk about what's changing. For starters, in lieu of a bonfire bash activity this year, we are adding a plethora of modifiers to portal activities. These modifiers are inspired by solar energy, very fitting for the Solstice theming. And you might recognize some of their effects if you've paid attention to the artifact in the past. We have only listed 4, You have to discover the rest yourself. So hot potato, carryable solar flares occasionally drop from defeated combatants. Passing in between players increases the amount of damage it will do. Fired up, dealing damage and final blows from solar sources raises the heat meter. Once full, your weapons will cause solar explosions. Class healing. Oh my god. They actually brought this back. This was such a good artifact mod. Heal yourself when using your class ability. Igniter. Precision hits against scorched combatants causes ignitions. Now, these modifiers will rotate each day on portal matchmaking activities, but can be selected anytime with custom difficulty selection, with one exception. Hot potato will stay on each day for portal matchmaking activities. All right, so for all portal, then you'll be able to take advantage of these modifiers. Another addition coming with this Solstice is the new Solstice Scorched Crucible playlist. You can imagine what weapon is the main character here, the Scorched Cannon. Both teams will be able to use them in Clash, Control, and Rift game modes, so revel in the chaos, and don't forget you can charge the cannon after shooting it for some extra damage. As you play during the 2 weeks of Solstice, you earn some free rewards in its dedicated event home. From a unique emblem to a ghost shield to some hollow full weapons. So don't forget completing your daily and weekly challenges so you can progress the event rank track to earn all of them. Hopefully we won't have any XP issues. This version of the event home has a new and an improved reward shop where you will be able to purchase weapons directly up to a tier 4 depending on your guardian rank, as well as up to tier 4 weapons and armor engrams. There will also be glimmer stacks and enhancement cores if you need them. Okay, so hold on. Up to tier 4? I don't understand. Solstice is a one-time event. Can we not get tier 5s? Oh, tier 4 is fine, Cross. You don't need tier 5s. Let me just say, this fucks all of us, guys. Look, you can be pissy with me right now, but this fucks all of us. You know what? Get it all out your system. You know what I'm saying? Get it all out your fucking system. But come next Tuesday, we're all getting fucked together. For real. Is there a reason why we don't have tier 5s of these? Tier 5s isn't needed. Tier 3 is more than enough. All right, get it? Yeah. I've just got to move the fuck on. I've just got to move the fuck on. I only play this game for the fucking tier 5 loot. You get rid of tier 5 shit, I don't play game. If the fucking loot doesn't exist, then what is the point of any of this? Now you understand. Guys, there's a difference, okay? No. Don't try to spin this into some bullshit. That's... Now you understand. We can't get tier 5, therefore you can't get tier 5. All right? There's a big difference. All right? Thou does it the grind. Thou should be rewarded with tier 5s. That's the way it is. That's the fucking way it should be. Why y'all making this personal? Why? Trials of Osiris is back after 2 weeks where other activities got their well-deserved time in the spotlight. It's time for Trials of Osiris to return. Starting tomorrow, our in-game PvP game mode will be available to players that own the Edge of Fate expansion to the following reset. Pick up a Trials Passage or a Lighthouse Passage depending on your preference and put on your best weapons. The map will be Burnout. Oh, classic. Okay. Saint 14 didn't want to change his favorite weekend pastime much, and he has only disabled the power level disadvantage in this new iteration. That doesn't mean he hasn't been busy. There are new rewards to earn. For starters, there's a new set of armor for each class, and on top of that, Saint has secured 5 weapons, including the second ever spread shot hand cannon. I'm getting another one there. All right, Disabler Strand. This is a precision frame auto rifle. RS Neutralizer, Kinetic, Spread Shot Hand Cannon, Isis Embrace, Void, Rapid Fire Frame, Scout Rifle, Forgiveness, Arc, Aggressive Frame, Sidearm, and Unwavering Duty, Solar Adaptive Machine Gun. So hold on. Are all of these, everything here is going to be tiered, correct? We're going to have tiered versions of all of these, right? Tier 4 is the max? Get the fuck out. Where did you see it's the max? Source, trust me. Look, I'm probably getting baited right now. For the love of God, Bungie, if you don't allow these weapons to drop at tier 5, even if it's super rare, this will be a huge fucking mistake. Hold on, let's just continue reading. During these first 6 weeks of uninterrupted trials weekends, there won't be a featured weekly weapon. That means you'll be able to earn all of them while playing your matches, with wins having a higher chance of them dropping. We'll have featured weapons again on September 9th, shortly after the Ash and Iron major update launches, and 2 more weapons entering the trials loot pool. We'll talk more about them once they are closer. For now, remember that only the Lighthouse Passage allows you to go into the Lighthouse, so choose wisely when visiting Saint. Put together a powerful build, see what stats fit your playstyle the best, and start earning new tier trial weapons. Are we going to be able to get tier 5s from this? I need people I can trust in the stream. Everybody here is... I don't know. They have not said. All right. So everybody's just making stuff up right now at this very moment. Good. I'm still hopeful we're going to get tier 5. Nothing would be sexier than to walk away from the Lighthouse tomorrow with some tier 5 weapons. You'll walk away with tier 4s and be okay, Cross. Let me say this. This is what I'm going to do for you guys. This is what I'm going to do. Every time I get a tier 5 drop, we have a community tab on YouTube. And I'm going to post every tier 5 drop I get, starting today. From this moment forward, every time a tier 5 graces my inventory, I'm going to post it just for you. Luke, I want you to have it ready. Have the ability to screenshot this shit every single time. I'll even pause and wait. All right, more comms and support for the Edge of Fates. As we progress into week 3, the Edge of Fate, we have more to share about some of the issues players have encountered while playing. Some of these have already been shared on our social media channels and will serve as a reminder, but we're also expanding to ensure that missed patch notes, among other changes, are included. So missing patch notes. When making changes within the game, we never intend to ship nerfs or buffs without communication. We want our players to know what's going on so they can be informed on what build crafting options to test out and explore. Give us good feedback and even help distribute that information to friends or clanmates to prep them for upcoming changes. And let's be honest, this community is proficient enough in how Destiny works that players find out sooner than later if a change is made without a proper patch note. Sometimes things get missed in the process of filing, implementing, collecting, writing, and publishing our patch notes. We agree that it can be frustrating to be caught off guard by these changes and are taking steps to further improve our patch note processes to avoid having this happen again in the future. We've been gathering issues and missing patch notes while having conversations with the team to have the most informed take on the changes that were not communicated on time, to confirm if there's been any issues that need to be fixed, and to see if we can implement some of the feedback that has been shared during the last few weeks. So let's go over them. So Solar, Ember of Benevolence, had its energy regeneration tuned during the stat rework. The amount of energy regeneration was reduced from 4 times to 3 times, and the duration of the energy regeneration was increased by 1 second. Okay, so a buff, but a nerf. A nerf and a buff. A bigger nerf, but a buff. Warlock, Touch of Flame, was tuned during the stat rework. The damage of solar infusion grenades, when enhanced by Touch of Flame, was reduced by 10%. Oh, all right. All right, Exotic Armor, Warlock, Speaker Sights. Turret's lifetime was reduced from 15 to 9 seconds. Despite multiple other efficacy reductions, Speaker Sight was still dominating the healing support role. To give room to other exotics and add variety in the Warlock support playstyle space, we've reduced the turret's lifetime to 9 seconds from 15 seconds. The result is a turret that fires 2 less shots over its lifetime. We'll be monitoring how this affects the performance of Speaker Sight with an intent to let the exotic so shine, just not as far over other exotic choices as it's been. I think it's okay to have Warlocks be dedicated healers. To be quite honest, that's really all a Warlock is. They don't really do anything else. I know Bungie wants them to be pushed into other roles, but healing is what they do. I would hate to just see their only job taken away from them. You know what I mean? You're not thin ice. All right, hold on. We have resolved an issue where XP for the Arms Week event was not being granted upon activity completion with the portal. Players will now be able to progress through the Arms Week event reward track by completing activities in the portal as intended, in addition to completing the daily and weekly challenges. So I can just get XP for doing Caldera Farm? Good. All right, Warlock, Wings of Sacred Dawn no longer reloads your equipped weapon from reserves. This change was made to avoid bad interactions with the single-shot weapons like bows, with now also expanding to reload non-solar weapons, adding more flexibility to the exotic armor. Nothing for Titans? Oh, okay, all right. Just Warlocks. Health versus shields. We've investigated reports of players' health and shield functionality differing from our original explanation. Upon review, we have found discrepancies. The following is a proper explanation of how these scale with armor stats. So player health stun, the time it takes for the red part of the health bar to start regenerating is equivalent to 100 of the old recovery stats. Player health regeneration is equivalent to 20 of the old recovery stats. The health stun and health regen tuning is intentional to get injured guardians out of the danger zones quickly while leaving the room for health stat and healing verbs to be valuable. Now, players' shields. Shield stun and shield regeneration is equivalent to 20 of the old recovery stat while your health stat is below 100. When your health stat increases from 100 to 200, your shield stun and shield regeneration will improve, eventually going beyond 100 of the old recovery stat. From 100 to 200, you will also gain additional shields when facing combatants. Now, there is an issue where the health stat tooltip says this affects health and not shields. The tooltip text will be corrected in an upcoming update to properly note the benefit only increasing shields. Note that the 1 to 100 health stat benefit of healing per orb increases the amount of health and shields gained each time you pick up an orb of power. We'll also update the necessary tooltip text in an upcoming updates. On a related note, update 9.0.0.4 fixed an issue with the health stat that was causing unexpected deaths, particularly in PvP. When the issue would occur, high health stat values cause shield and health values to become desynchronized across the server, leading to players dying unexpectedly when they believe they have full health and shields. Okay. All right, currently investigating Warlock. We want to acknowledge that players are filling the sandbox for Warlocks as being left behind other classes. Buddy builds don't benefit much from the stat changes, and there aren't many melee builds that benefit from the additive melee changes, among other feedback. We are investigating a tuning pass for Warlocks that will start with Ash and Iron and continue through Renegades. Oh, there you go. Warlocks, you're getting buffs. Titans, we're investigating interaction where Unbreakable on Prismatic Titan doesn't appear to work as intended with shackle grenades. No nerfs. All right. All right. So our exotics, we are looking into issues and feedback regarding the following exotic armor pieces, among others: Controverse Hold, Crest of Alpha Lupi, Nezarec, Starfire, Crown, Wings, Ionia, Geomax Stabilizer, Boots of the Assembler, and Rhyme Coat Raiment. Okay. I don't know what the issues are. Reported issues: Warlock handheld supernova damage was reduced by 20%. This was not intended and will be fixed in the future updates. So some bracers was tuned during the grenade stat rework to function the same at 70 stats. Through the stats threshold issue explained above, fewer grenades than intended were available at 70 stat. This should be corrected with the grenade stat fix in update 9.0.0.4. Okay, Titan. Throwing hammer melee had a cooldown added to picking up the hammer, and its bounce was increased versus bosses. This was not intended to be fixed in 9.0.0.5. Okay, so after this next one. Stats: grenade, melee, super class are not regenerating as we presented them pre the Edge of Fate. These were fixed in... Okay, hold on. Was the update 9.0.04 what rolled out this past week? Are we living in 9.04 right now? Or was that 9.03? Yes. Okay, so that was Tuesday. Okay, so the next one, 05, should be next Tuesday, I would think. Do they know that ignitions won't proc roaring flames? Bungie, ignitions are not procking roaring flames. Maybe they know, Cobra. I hope they know. The path build, it's getting fucked right now. All right, stats: grenade, melee, super, and class were not regenerating as we presented them pre-Edge of Fate. They were fixed in update 9.0.4. Okay. The weapon stat will still display a 6% PvP buff after update 9.0.4, despite being only 5%. This will be fixed in future updates. Hit markers don't appear in the HUD. This was fixed in update 9.0.4, so this past week. Weapons: Creambreaker no longer blinding on shots. Choir 1 can be macro to fire faster than intended. Choir 1 has lower ammo generation than intended. This was also fixed. Hopefully it's been fixed. Icebreaker swaps can provide ammo. We're looking to fix this in the long run, but we'll let it ride for now. Certain exotic bows don't interact with hierarchy needs. Guidance ring and the behavior for projectile tracking has changed. Sprint. Here we go. We are investigating reports that players will sometimes sprint but not gain the accompanying increase in movement speed. To work around this issue, if you encounter it, return to orbit and re-enter your activity. Oh, Jesus, dude. Yeah, this is the sprint bug. What a way to phrase this. We are investigating reports that players will sometimes sprint but not gain the accompanying increase in movement speed. Just fucking say it. Some of you are trying to sprint and you can't. It's so bad in PvP. Well, don't worry. You just lose the game and reload. Now, that's pretty bad. It's probably going to ruin some trials runs this weekend. Artifact bonus. We're tracking an issue where the application of new gear ornaments can increase the amount of damage resistance the players receive. This will be fixed in the future. No. Bungie, it's fine. It's fine. Many other things on this list. Many other things. I wouldn't worry about that. That's very low on the poll there. All right, the Desert Perpetual. Oh, here we go. Desert Perpetual investigation. We are investigating reports of cheating with fire teams who clear the Desert Perpetual contest mode, breaking our code of conduct, and or cheating to complete contest difficulty or other activities is a bannable offense, and players benefiting... Oh, here we go. Players benefiting from cheating can also be subject to punishment. If you suspect someone has cheated, please submit a report to our contact form here. Yes. Good. Bungie, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Y'all need to make a clear example. I mean, it needs to be definitive, or this is gonna be an issue. This issue is gonna blow up even more. I need to see heads on spikes. I want the tower full of spikes and just cheaters helmets everywhere I look. You got to make an example, guys. Contest mode is really the only thing that is truly competitive in Destiny. I wish I can tell you that Trials is competitive, but Comp is definitely not competitive. Really, the only thing we have in Destiny is contests. That is the pinnacle activity in Destiny that only comes once a year. And if you let cheaters just run wild with this shit, and I know, I've seen the people, I've heard the claims, I didn't know they were cheating. They were just somehow insta-killing the bosses. Or my favorite was... I left, I was told to leave, and then when I joined back up, the boss was dead. The boss was dead, huh? Wow. I hate when that happens. Contest mode. Everybody's struggling for 48 hours. I hate when I accidentally get booted, and when I come back, that darn boss just happened to die. Who would have thought? Must have been the wind. Oh, we're going to be talking about that a little bit more. But the point is, examples need to be made. I think Bungie should just go straight up scorched earth on everybody. All right, raid and dungeon difficulty scaling. We've been watching feedback the past weeks focused on raid and dungeon difficulty. The following changes are being planned for future updates. We'll be updating the difficulty for legacy, raid, and dungeon activities to address player feedback. The combat difficulty for normal and master modes will be reduced by 10 power. Oh, okay. We'll also be updating difficulty in the Combined Mastery Triumph and the Desert Perpetual Raid to address player feedback. Base combat difficulty will be lowered by 10 power. Enemies will deal less damage and players will be able to deal more damage. We'll also be lowering the Cutthroat Combat Raid feat, specifically the combat difficulty, by 10 power. Was plus 40 combatant power, now will be plus 30 combatant power. We'll be lowering the Combined Mastery Triumph to only require a single completion at base difficulty, which will upgrade gear rewards by 1 tier depending on number of feats active. Examples: instead of getting a tier 1 reward, you'll get a tier 2 reward. Layering on additional feats will increase difficulty, but also help you get to tier 3 rewards and beyond. We're currently testing these changes and aiming to release them in update 9.0.5, and we'll update you if anything changes. Now, I'm pretty sure this update should be rolling out next Tuesday. Did they say when this update's supposed to be coming out? It is going to be next Tuesday. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Raid and dungeon difficulty scaling. Bungie is pulling things back. Are y'all happy? Is this pleasing? No tier 5s? Yeah, tier 5s are clearly going to be locked to the epic raid. All right. Sprint bug. We have an update to share regarding sprinting sometimes not working for players. This has been a particularly nasty issue in PvP since the launch, but has also affected the PvE content. The cause is due to players hitting a max number of stat modifiers allowed in a match or activity. The max number is shared among all players, enemies, and normally would be rare to reach, but the modifiers aren't disappearing on death like they should. This means that they've been stacking when a player revives, increasing the likelihood that max will be hit. Some players have pointed out, and we believe this to be correct, that this issue has existed since episode Heresy. We've only seen an impact since the Edge of Fate's launch due to the addition of Armor 3.0 stat modifiers. We've made progress in identifying the root cause, and we are now targeting a short-term fix for next Tuesday, August the 5th, in Destiny 2 Update 9.0.5. While there may be still instances of this issue occurring after the update is shipped, we believe we'll reduce the frequency as we continue to investigate a long-term fix. All right, Trials is going to be interesting. People will get essentially sprint locked, and you'll just have to bot walk. It sucks, I know. Spaghetti code, man, spaghetti code. Dude, I hope somebody at Bungie is like, and I'm speaking from someone that is completely ignorant of these topics outside of when we covered the Tiger engine. But man, talk about, we just need some solid, just like quality of life improvements across the board. But mainly when it comes to the spaghetti code in this game and addressing those issues. All right, Bungie building the Desert Perpetual Raid. This weekend, 6 teams of streamers from around the world are equipping their prismatic subclass and hitting the new Desert Perpetual Raid in the global Destiny 2 creator events. Budget your build. Shout out to SemiCAD, Bow Expert, and the brain behind this event. Before they even enter the raid, each player is given a small amount of virtual money to buy their super abilities, aspects, fragments, and exotic armor. Then for each encounter or additional challenge completed, everyone gets additional money to upgrade their builds. Think cooperative build crafting meets roguelike. Dude, this is actually a great idea. Like, no lie, for like just for Destiny. Hold up. Straight up, like for a game mode inside of Destiny. Imagine starting off with your base white Kavastov in an activity. You shoot and you build your way up through each round to buy different aspects of your build. It's interesting, man. I hope the stream goes well. We'll have to tune in and see how it goes. All Scream is on this team. Wow. Good luck to this squad. Let me just say this. Good luck to this squad. They have a hell of a task right here. I feel for them already. God bless them. Now, each region will be giving away 1 copy of your Prophecy Ultimate Edition to 1 lucky guardian in their collective communities so they can play the Desert Perpetual 2. Each creator will also have additional All That Creator Emblems codes to give away during the event. That's sexy. That's sexy. That's hot. All right, closing brief. Classification: Vex, Human, Nessian, Schism, Founder. Hazards: the Echo of Command. Greatly increased strength, speed, intelligence, durability. Guardians rated Sigma 3 or lower are ordered not to engage while targets retain the Echo. Commands: a large partition of the Vex Collective. Full capabilities are unknown and data is scarce. Intel: the Conductor has been spotted within the operational zone on Kepler. All operatives are advised to process through Vex territory with extreme caution. Report all direct contact with the Conductor to operational command immediately. The Conductor wields an echo of paracausal power. It is a remnant of the clash between light and dark that erupted from the death of the witness. This echo allows Maya to impose her will onto others, forcing them to follow her commands. While originally only able to employ this power over the Vex and Exos, she has shown the ability to exert this power over non-Exo Guardians as well. Of note, prior to becoming the Conductor, Maya Osiris had once copied her consciousness into the Exo Likshmi. Likshmi was killed in the Vex raid of her own making during the Endless Night, after stirring anti-Likshmi sentiment to a fever pitch within the city. Maya Osiris' true goals is to reunite with her wife, Kiyomi Essie, but Vanguard records state that during the events of the Conductor's rise on Nessus, Kiyomi Essie was judged to be flawed and murdered by the conductor's own hand. Damn. It's dark, man. It's dark. Before reforming as the conductor on Nessus, Maya Sunders had been an Ishtar collective scientist. While researching the Vex, she has copied and simulated endlessly. Those various iterations exploring the Vex net, many still exist, wandering lost in the network. All right, so yeah, that's what Maya does. She'll ask questions of Kiyomi and different versions. And if Kiyomi doesn't give her the answer that she wants, which none of them do, she kills them. Maya's a crazy girl. I'm into that. Yeah, she definitely got that, what's that Dami Mommy stuff going on. Good luck with that. Bungie rewards await you on Kepler. Oh my lord. Eyes Up Guardian or Weapon, as some weird entities have started calling you after the events of the Edge of Fate. You have completed the campaign. You have new and amazing Bungie rewards available to purchase in the Bungie store. Oh, hell yes. Bungie Foundation campaign wrap up. You did it again, Guardians. Your light has once again shown brightly, changing lives for kids and communities around the world. Together, we raised an astounding $1.48 million. Good lord. We're so deeply thankful for your generosity and trust in the Bungie Foundation's mission. We heard from so many community members throughout our Bungie Day campaign that giving back and offering a helping hand to others comes second nature to gamers who spend their time playing as Guardians, working together to save humanity. What an honor it is to stand amongst you light keepers and help make the world a better place. Also, huge shout out to our 7th column Chaos Champions, Miss Vera Lord DJ BJ of the Paracos opponents. You survived 3 rounds of Chaos, bested the competition in the Crucible, and will have your names forever etched in glory. Stay tuned to our social channels to see your donations and actions, making positive impact for those who need it most. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and continue to spread light wherever you can. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. Other known issues? It's quite a lot. Don't worry. Bungie's working on them. It will be addressed eventually. And as a final note here from Bungie, and just like that, the tweet is over. Hope you're earning tons of great hand cannon rolls from Arms Week, and that you're wreaking havoc with the exclusive mods that you can use for this limited time. With Solstice in the coming weeks, with some interesting modifiers that benefit from solar weapons, so that solar hand cannons might come in handy. Hey, Ada, check out this roll, the Destiny 2 community team. All right, go back to the yards. You can't see it? You guys can't see it? That's Lodi. Is that Mara? Better not be. Better cannot be. Lodi about to become public enemy number 1. Oh, hell no. You don't just get to show up to this universe and start taking Mara out. That ain't how this goes.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.